Hello and welcome to Yoga with Alexandra. I'm Alexandra, aka Flower Yogi. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat today. We'll be doing a short yin practice. So with yin, we're holding poses from 3 to 5 minutes, and it's more about sitting with the more maybe uncomfortable, stagnant parts of the body. So really working the fascia versus our muscles. So because of that, some things might feel a little uncomfortable. If you want a more cozy practice, move over to my latest restorative class where we use blankets and pillows. We never want to feel any pain with yin, but just a heads up that it might feel a little tense and tight at first, but when we sit in those places, that's how we can really open up the body and create some more flexibility. So all we'll need today is a stack of books. So this is, you can see, a pretty thick stack for some support. If you want any more props, you're welcome to grab. This is a substitute for blocks. So if you have yoga blocks, feel free to grab those. If you don't, grab some books or some hard object like this. So we'll get started with a little meditation and drop in. This is also our first posture. So finding a comfortable meditative posture with the legs crossed. If you notice your knees are all the way up here, that's okay. Wherever your body lands is just where you need to be. Bring the hands to chin mudra, index finger to thumb, backs of the hands resting on the knees. Lengthen through the spine and connect with your breath. Breathing in through the nose, belly expands, chest expands, full yogic breath, shoulders expand, and exhaling, softening belly, chest, shoulders. Just continue to witness that cycle of energy in the breath and the body. Noticing any sensations, any thoughts that arise, and just bringing your attention back to your focal point, either between the eyebrows or the center of the chest and the heart. Taking 5 more deep rounds of breath in and out through the lungs. And at the bottom of your next exhale, dropping the nose down to the chest. Let the head hang heavy here. Feel that stretch through the back of the neck. And as you inhale, rolling the head, draw circles with the nose. Head comes back and around. And as you exhale, head drops down, forward. Just continuing to sync your breath with your movement. Staying long and tall through the rest of the spine, isolating that movement in the neck. If there's any places of tension that you want to slow down and breathe in, just pause there for a breath or two. And the next time the nose is down by the chest, gently reverse your circle. Inhaling as the head falls back and exhaling as the head comes forward. And evening it out, we'll wind back up slowly through center, restack head over heart over pelvis. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Beautiful. Opening the eyes. Hello. So we'll come to a one-legged forward fold, bringing your left leg out long. Right heel comes in towards center, and then make some space between the knees, so as much as you can, opening up the hips. And then we'll bring our blocks or book right here on the inside of the left knee. And then framing that bent right leg, inhale, grow tall through the spine. Reach up through the fingertips, lengthen down nice and heavy through that right leg, feeling both sits bones connected here. And then as you exhale, bending into that left elbow, it comes down over to that block, catch the head, and then this top arm can just rest on the head here. So we're not pulling over. Again, we want to relax the muscles as much as possible so that way the blood flow can really focus its direction in the fascia, the more stagnant parts of the body. Staying here, you can close the eyes. And the idea of finding that lift before we went into our fold is that we are still creating space between the vertebrae, so we're not crunching so much in this left side body. We really want to kind of keep that lift as we arch over to the side, breathing in to the right rib cage. Notice if you're gripping in your shoulder or in that right hip, just try to relax the muscles. Relaxing the glutes, the legs, the face. You may notice yourself folding with more ease, maybe getting a little deeper into the posture. And that's really what happens when we just allow for stillness and allow the body to open at its natural pace. Here for a couple more minutes. Taking 3 more deep breaths in and out. Really lengthening the exhale. And very, very slowly we'll start to stretch that top arm up towards the sky like we're pulling our way up, and then use that bottom hand to gently press the head up. We're restacking the spine with so much love and care. Bring the hands down. Find a little movement in the head and the neck. Just feeling that rush of energy, of blood flow going back down the spine. Beautiful. We'll gently move our books or block to the other side of the mat, and then grabbing the back of that left leg, that left knee, just bending the leg. You can bend both legs here as you kind of recenter on the mat, and then find a little windshield wiper of the legs side to side. Just noticing any difference between the right and left hips. Beautiful. And then we'll take it to the other side. Right leg extends, bringing that left heel in to center, and then walking the left knee a little bit wider. So we've got this nice open space, and then slide your books, blocks, whatever, next to that right knee. So again, we'll frame our bent knee, bent leg, feel rooted down through both sits bones here. If you need, you can always kind of slide a blanket or roll your mat, since I didn't say to bring a blanket. And then straighten up through the spine, framing the torso over that knee. Inhale, both arms reach up, long through the side body. Keep that length as you exhale, bending over towards the right leg. Catch your head with that right hand, elbow to blocks or books, and then let that top arm just rest on the side of the face. Breathing into the left rib cage. And just checking in here. I tend to notice a lot of students kind of coming down and turning towards the mat. See if you can turn towards the left edge of the room, or just, parallel to the extended leg, looking out, really breathing in and expanding through that left side body. We'll bring our attention back to the focal points, whatever's speaking to you today. If you're more intellectual in nature, maybe it's between the eyebrows. If you're more emotional or devotional in nature, maybe it's the heart. So I'll be quiet here, really giving you time to be with yourself, be with your breath, and be in stillness. 3 more deep breaths here. Getting soft with every exhale. And feeling that space expand with the inhale. And at the bottom of that last exhale, we'll reach up towards the sky. And so slowly as we kind of lift and press our way back up, restacking the spine. Beautiful. Finding that movement in the head and the neck. And hopefully in moving our blocks, take your time just to the side of the mat, kind of towards the center. And then we'll bend into both legs and finding that windshield wiper again, just shifting the knees side to side. We're almost done with our little mini yin practice, but we'll first end coming to our backs just for one more lovely pose, great for blocks, or in this case books. So come to your back, knees are bent, feet are planted, and as you inhale, lift the hips and then slide those props, whichever you have, underneath the hips here. So we're in a supported bridge, and it's really nice to have kind of a firm surface under the hips just to feel that connection of the tailbone pressing down. And you can stay here in this bridge, or you can send the legs out long. So this is really nice, especially for kind of the side body folds, little counter stretch here, almost like you're being picked up by a claw machine at your hips. Head is heavy, heels are heavy, allow the toes to fall outwards. And you can kind of press into the back of the head just to lift the shoulders and wrap them more underneath the body. And start to roll the head side to side. And when you're ready, replanting the feet. Pressing into them to lift the hips and just slide your books or blocks off to the side so you can slowly lower the back all the way to the mat. Sending the legs out long. You can stay here and rest for a while, or you can continue on throughout your day. We'll close. Bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Taking a deep breath in and a long breath out. Thank you so much for joining me, honoring yourself, and taking this time. We'll see you next time.